Hey there, welcome to Limitless Business Online with me, Tracy Daniel. I'm an online business strategist and coach who helps online entrepreneurs develop strong structure, also known as systems, implement clear strategies, and give them steady support in their businesses so they can grow their online business with confidence, clarity, and a little more ease. I have been in the online business space since 2012, and I absolutely love that in online business, your work is truly limitless to the impact you can make, to freedoms like who you get to work with, where you can work, and in financial independence. Today on the pod vlog blog, as I like to call it, I want to talk with you about how to actually get things done in your business. And this pod vlog blog might sting just a little. You want to know how to get things done, how to move your business forward toward your vision for it and for your life? Most of you listening to this episode don't need another idea. You don't need to gather more strategies. You don't need to download another framework. You don't need to tweak your offer again. And you may not even need to come to my upcoming workshop to help you choose your one best goal for the next 90 days. Wow, this episode is really starting off kind of negative with all the don'ts. So, are you ready for the big reveal on how to move your business forward toward your vision for it and for your life? How to get things done? Here it is. You need to put your head down and do the work. And I'm not saying this from a pedestal. I'm saying this because I catch myself doing the same thing that you might be doing sometimes, which is procrastinating, strategizing, learning, and what Rachel Cook calls staying in the evil research laboratory. Everyone gets imposter syndrome. I was talking with my son recently, and imposter syndrome is what causes us to stay in those modes of procrastinating, strategizing, evil research laboratory. So I was talking with my son recently about imposter syndrome. He's training to be an actor. And he told me they had training in high school. He's in college now. But in high school, they had training about imposter syndrome. High school, imposter syndrome. Why at that age would they need to talk about imposter syndrome? Because everyone gets it. Actors get it. Athletes get it. Speakers get it. Entrepreneurs get it. A couple of years ago, when we were watching the Olympics, the Summer Olympics, I remember Anna Hall, an elite heptathlete, training under Jackie Joyner Kersee herself. She admitted to feeling not good enough. So let that sink in. Olympic level. We just watched the Winter Olympics with world-class coaching, still doubting herself. So if you feel like an imposter sometimes, that doesn't mean you're unqualified. It means you're growing and it's natural, just like everyone else. But here's where we need to be careful. Imposter syndrome isn't the problem. What we do because of it is the problem. So let me be honest. I love podcasts about all facets of online business. I love learning about business and strategies of what's working in our online business space right now. I love hearing what other smart people are building. But a few weeks ago, I had to ask myself a hard question. Am I building or am I hiding? I was working on getting an offer out into the world, and instead of executing boldly, I found myself listening to more content, consuming more strategy, tinkering, tweaking, refining. It looked productive, but it really wasn't. I wasn't moving forward toward the vision I had for myself and for my business. I was procrastinating. And if you're constantly consuming but not finishing, that might be you too. Let me say this clearly. If you are always learning but rarely shipping, getting something out the door, you're not confused. You're avoiding. And listen, I'm not being judgmental. I've been there too. And I want to tell you, sometimes you have to just put your head down and do the work, even if you're scared, even if you have imposter syndrome. So let's talk about the imposter syndrome and where it comes from. because it doesn't grow in isolation. It grows in comparison. Comparison from scrolling too much, comparison from listening to a launch recap that someone gave, and you feel a little pang of jealousy. It comes from hearing someone's revenue jump and wondering if you'll ever get there. Maybe it comes from discovering someone's new tool. You see a new method they're using that's working, and suddenly what you were building doesn't feel good enough. So you pivot, and then you tweak, and then you rethink, and then you delay. And that delay feels responsible, but it's actually not. It's protective. You protect yourself back into the evil research laboratory. Your brain is trying to keep you safe from risk because shipping something, selling something, launching something, creating something, that is vulnerable work. And it's hard work. Gathering ideas isn't hard. Gathering feels safe, but safe doesn't build businesses. Execution does. Sometimes, I've said it before and I'll say it again, you have to put your head down and just do the work, even when you're uncertain, even when you're scared. One of my mentors, Stacy Tuschel, said something that hit me really hard recently, and she said, focus on what works, not what's new. That's where a lot of us get distracted, focusing on what's new instead of what's working. This is also known as being inflicted with shiny object syndrome. And we then go back to the evil research lab. We chase new because we doubt what's working, or we haven't tried long enough on one strategy to see it start to work. We think there must be something better. There must be something more optimized. There must be something I'm missing. But what if what you're doing is working? Why are you abandoning it? If your offer converts to sales, if your content resonates and you're generating more leads and prospects, if your clients are getting results from working with you, why are you chasing a shinier version? Sometimes the desire for the best is just insecurity dressed up as optimization. It's really just FOMO in disguise. Let me say that again. Sometimes the desire for the best is just insecurity dressed up as optimization. And insecurity doesn't need another strategy. It needs courage. So, how do you keep going when imposter syndrome shows up? When you're insecure, when you're scared? How to keep moving forward toward your vision for your business and for your life? First, notice your thoughts. Are they facts or are they fear? Your brain is wired to protect you. Growth feels risky. Risk triggers doubt. If the thoughts are not facts, can you put your head down and just do the work to keep moving forward? Second, ask yourself, what if I actually have nothing to lose? As someone who follows Jesus, this question has grounded me deeply. If I'm walking in what I believe I'm called to build, what do I really have to lose? Failure? Rejection? A learning curve? Time? Those aren't really losses. They are growth, and I'm all for that. So what do I really have to lose? Third, and this is a big one, get into action. Not research action, not planning action, not reorganizing your ClickUp project plan. Okay, guilty over here of that one. Get into action with execution because clarity comes from action. Action restores confidence. When you ship something, when you finish something, when you sell something, you remember your skill, training, and resilience. You begin to trust yourself to follow through. Athletes don't build confidence by reading about training. They train. Entrepreneurs don't build confidence by consuming content. They execute. Put your head down and do the work. Can I ask you something directly? What are you avoiding? Not what are you planning? Not what are you optimizing? What are you avoiding? If you can answer that question, that is probably the work that matters most right now. That is the one thing to focus on to move forward toward the vision for your business and your life. There are two types of entrepreneurs right now. the ones consuming and the ones building. The gap between them, it widens every week. Not because one group is smarter or better, but because one group is executing. And I admit, I have been in the research laboratory as a consuming entrepreneur for far too long. If you've been gathering ideas, if you've been tweaking instead of finishing, if you've been scattered because everything feels important, I'm here to give you good news. You don't need another tactic. You need direction and focus. You need to put your head down and do the work. And that's exactly why I'm hosting a free workshop, From Scattered to Strategic: How to Pick the One Best Goal to Complete in the Next 90 Days to Make Success in 2026 Inevitable. Because when you choose one meaningful goal and commit to it for 90 days, you stop gathering and you start building. Activity creates clarity. Clarity removes avoidance. Direction removes distraction. And focus builds momentum. So I'd love to have you at the next workshop. Head over to limitlessbusinessonline.com/get focused workshop to sign up and attend the next session. At the workshop, I'm opening Focus Forward Collective, which is a hybrid small group coaching program to help you get into action, gain clarity, build confidence, and focus on one direction to help you build momentum toward the vision you have for your business and your life. If you know yourself, if you know that you'll choose the goal and it's kind of a struggle to stay focused when doubt creeps in, extra support and accountability would be helpful for you. I've held clients accountable for years. I've supported them through building their businesses, running launches, hosting events, and generating more leads. And I realized recently I love supporting entrepreneurs. That's what Focus Forward Collective is about. It's about support, not hype, not more ideas, although I do have strategies if you need them. It's about support in execution on tasks that matter, building momentum, providing support, guidance, and completion. It's about helping people put their head down and do the work. Stop gathering ideas. Stop hiding behind research. Stop pretending you need one more strategy. Put your head down. Do the work. And if you don't know which work matters most for the next 90 days, join me on February 26th or for the next upcoming date, and we'll choose that one best goal together. Because real confidence doesn't come from knowing more. It comes from getting into action. That's how you beat imposter syndrome and move forward toward the vision you have for your business and your life. So go ahead after this episode, register for the workshop at limitlessbusinessonline.com/get focused workshop. I hope to see you there, friends. That's all for now. I'll talk with you soon and see you at the workshop.